Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning practice. I posted our YouTube link on our circle. So just in case we get cut off today again, you can follow the YouTube, okay? Belts and suspenders. All right, so we're going to spend the next hour and a half together. And today's word actually is two words. It's reverse aging. I'm going to explain that in a minute. I'll be using it for the next 2 weeks, okay? Today, to this week, and next week. So let's start with the exercise, so doing some warm-up exercise, warming up our body and our mind. So let's focus on our body, stretch our spine, open our shoulder, relax our shoulder, focus on the center of a palm, bring our hands up gently, bring it up to shoulder level, and then start doing some joint exercise. Now, every time before you turn your wrist, ask yourself, where is my mind? My mind should be on my wrist. Okay. One at a time. Focus on the wrist. Start to observe the change in your body. Completely focus on your wrist. Okay. And then the other way. Turn your wrist again. And for those who are new here, we spend the next hour and a half doing meditation, except our meditation is both in moving and also in stationary. So right now we're actually doing meditation in a moving form, focusing on the body, focusing on the change in the body as we do exercise. Now bring your hands down, but before you do that, make sure that the mind is at the center of the palm as you bring it down. Focus on your body, stretch the spine, open the shoulder. And then once again, bring your mind back to the center of the palm, bring it up slowly. And now we're going to move from the wrist to the elbow. Again, doing joint exercise, warming up your body as well as your mind. Keep focusing on your elbow. Keep observing your body, any changes in your body, any heat, any sweat, any numbness, tightness, pain even. One at a time. One at a time. And the other way. And many of you practice yoga as well. Yoga is an American word. It comes from the North Indian word called yuja, right? The Chinese word is actually coming from the North India. We say yuja, okay? Now bring it back down, and then now open the shoulder again. Relax the shoulder. We're moving from the wrist to the elbow to the shoulder. Back to the center of the palm again. Bring up your hand, crossing your palm. Bring it up, focusing on the center of the palm, and then stretch. And then when you come down, open the shoulder, focusing on the center of the palm as if you're touching the walls. Come back, relax, completely relax, starting from zero again, bring it back up. Stretch, open, feel your body, relax, back to the center of the palm again. Stretch, open, relax, back to the center of the palm. And the word yuja actually means the yoke. It's the piece of wood that they put in front of two oxen as they pull the cart. It talks about it really symbolizes the mind and the body together. That's really what it means. And back. And then now we're going to go the other way. Follow the hand, mind, body together. Stretch and come down. Back, stretch, and then bring it back down. Follow the hand up, stretch, and then come down. Now we continue with the shoulder exercise, but now we're going to focus more on the pain that we suffer in the shoulder. So we bring up the hand, focus on the center of the palm, bring it up, open this as far back as you can. Don't be afraid. Just feel the pain, accept that pain, and then let go of the pain. Let go means come back to the center of the hand, okay? And then bring it back up. Open the shoulder, feel the pain, accept the pain, and then let it go. Let it go, come back to the center of the palm. Okay, so letting it go means let go of the pain, but come back to the center of the palm. Okay, all right, get ready. Go up, open the shoulder, feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Come back to the center of the palm. Bring it up, open the shoulder, feel it, and then let it go. Come back to the center. One more time, okay? Practice, practice, practice. Open, feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Sit up straight, hands in the back, go up, stretch, come down, all the way to the back, go up, stretch, come down, all the way to the back, stretch, come down. One last time, all the way to the back, stretch, and come down. So I want to use the word today called reverse aging. I mentioned that in the past, reverse aging, because the other word is longevity, which doesn't make any sense. Longevity means that we don't die. You have to die. Everybody dies. That's not something you can avoid. But it's not about not dying. It's about really, as we grow into our golden ages, to maintain that vitality so we can really enjoy life when we have a chance to do it. So, what does reverse aging mean? How do you reverse aging? All the way back to the when you were born? No, 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 no. So, before I retire and focus on my spiritual practice, I was an entrepreneur. I had my own companies, two of them. And then before that, I was a university professor. So when I became an entrepreneur, I really relearned everything once again. And then after I retired, I actually taught entrepreneurship for a while. And so I used to use this story uh, and teach the students about competitiveness, how to stay competitive. So the story is about two guys hiking in the wilderness, and they saw a bear, a very, very hungry bear. And the bear is rushing towards them, so they have to run for their life. So the question is, you can't outrun the bear. The bear is charging. You cannot outrun the bear. So how do you survive? What's the key to survival? The key to survival is that you don't need to outrun the bear. You just have to outrun your friend. And that's the point of competitiveness. You just have to outrun your competition. So, what does reverse aging mean? It means that you don't have to outrun life as if you're going to live forever. That's not the point. You just have to outrun yourself. Okay? Outrun yourself. Reverse aging means that you're actually slowing down the aging process so that you look younger than your age. I'm 66 years old. I think I look younger than my age, right? So I'm a success in what I'm talking about. So how do you maintain your vitality? How do you maintain your health? How do you maintain your robustness as you go into your golden age? So that you have this either longevity or reverse aging. So there was a report that came out that was really nice, and that's why I wanted to share with you. Four things you have to do. Four things. Now the last one is actually the one that we pay a lot of attention to. But it turns out that it's very important, but it's actually the fourth important, which is the food that we consume. Surprisingly, right? You would think that, oh, if we want to have good health, we have to make sure that we eat right. True, very true, very, very true. But I'm saying that compared to the other three, it's actually only the four factors. The first factor is your mental state, is how you view yourself and others. And it turns out that being gracious, feeling gratitude, and then moving towards acceptance and forgiveness is the key. It's the key. It's actually the key. So here we practiced last week, we talked about the four immeasurables. And then later on, we're going to practice metta, which is the first one of the four, called loving kindness. Loving kindness to yourself, loving kindness to your family, loving kindness to your friends, loving kindness to the world. It's very, very important to your health. Not just the mental health, but the whole physical health. The second thing after loving kindness is compassion, and then after that is empathy. But it's actually not just empathy, it's empathetic joy. And we're going to talk about that too. And the last one is equanimity. Is to develop the sense of detachment. I feel it, I accept it, and I'm letting it go. So the state of mind is the number one key to health, and I can attest to that. Turns out that the number two, surprisingly, is the management of the cortisol in your body. Now, I mentioned cortisol many, many times. It's one of the very important hormone in the body. It's called the stress hormone. It's a steroid, and together with the adrenaline, they're the stress hormone that puts out by the adrenal gland, and it's a signal that sends through the body to tell it to shut down all the things that you don't need when you're confronted by danger, being chased by a bear, trying to get to work on time, crossing the street and the bus is coming your way, get run over. It's our way of surviving. And what it does is that it shuts down everything that you don't need. Things like, first thing it's going to do is shut down your salivary gland. Shut down your salivary gland. Because the salivary gland is a signal for digestions and immunity and all that. So you would notice that your mouth is very, very dry. I notice that many people walk around with bottled water drinking. We talk a great deal about how important it is to hydrate, but we don't talk about how the body actually naturally hydrates itself by the saliva. And very many people have problem with digesting food because they don't have enough salivas. Okay, so managing your cortisol is very important. Managing the balance between your fight or flight versus your rest and digest, the parasympathetic versus the sympathetic. The Chinese know about that. They know about that for thousands of years. They call it the yin yang harmony, maintaining the harmony between the yin and the yang. The yang is the masculine, it's the sun, it's the sympathetic, is the fight or flight. The yin is the restorative, is the rest and digest. So that's number two. How to maintain that balance, how to manage cortisol. So we do a lot here. We do a lot here. We talk about how to sit properly. We talk about breathe properly. We talk about how to pay attention to our body, pay attention to our breathing. The third one is very obvious. It's exercise. Exercise. As we age, we need to maintain that regimen and doing exercise, but it's the right kind of exercise. It's the right kind of exercise. Okay. I don't think my body is capable of running a mile a day. That doesn't work for me. But I do exercise. Okay. And it basically breaks down to three kinds of exercise. The kind that is good for your cardio. Now, the Chinese, they don't separate the heart from the lung. So this is all combined. Okay. The second one is maintaining elasticity in your body, doing a lot of stretching. And then finally is this is the one that is often ignored. As we grow old, we're losing muscle. We're losing muscle. And so it's very important that we is that we maintain the muscle in the body. Now, so today I'm going to go back. I did this before, and I'm going to go back to practice here and then on the floor. And then today we're going to practice Yi Jing Jing. I'll talk more about that. It actually one exercise combine all three. Okay, it's a very, very good exercise I learned for reverse aging. Okay, that's all. All right, so now let's come back. Let's come back to our practice and continue doing joint exercise, warming the body. But the next one is more focused on the shoulder, more focused on the pain. And this is when we need to really observe the pain, learn to let go of the pain, and then come back to mindfulness, mindful of a body. So let's go back to a posture, stretch your spine, open that shoulder, relax that shoulder. Focus on the center of the palm again, bring up the left hand, stretch out the right hand, focusing on the right hand, okay, keeping the left hand stationary. bringing the right hand around in a nice big circle. Now bring it all the way back, open the shoulder, feel the pain, and then let go of the pain, meaning that we come back to the center of the palm again. Okay? Now left hand, open the shoulder, feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Sit up straight, open the shoulder, feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Left hand, open the shoulder, feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Okay, two more times. Right hand, open the shoulder, feel it, accept it, and then let it go. Left hand, one last time. Open the shoulder, feel it, accept it, and letting it go. Now, we want to come back to stationary mode. Okay, so we meditate in motion and we meditate stationary. When we're in motion is when we exercise, when we walk. So when you walk, try to observe your walking by focusing on the center of the bottom of your feet. Okay. I actually learned that many years ago, long before I practiced Buddhism and practiced meditation, is how to focus on the bottom of the feet. Is when I went up to climb up to Mount Kilimanjaro in Kenya with my son. Whew, I think it was like 20,000 feet. Crazy. It was really crazy. I was 50 years old. Shouldn't have done that. And my son was in his late teens, so he had no problem. And we were taught by the coach that as you walk, you focus on the bottom of your feet, one step at a time. That's how you walk up there. So I actually learned that, and that becomes a very unique, integral part of my practice. Is when I walk, I focus on the bottom of my feet. I feel the floor, I feel the stairs. Okay, so it's very important that when we're in motion, we focus on the body, we're mindful of a body. But then when we're stationary, we're mindful of a breath. So let's focus on our breathing, starting with just knowing our breath, one breath at a time. I know that I'm breathing in. I know that I'm breathing out. I know that I'm breathing in. I know that I'm breathing out. So this is actually very important, okay? So this is when I talk about management of your cortisol, is that you're enticing your body, you're guiding your body back into the rest and digest by just focusing on your breathing. The problem with mismanagement of cortisol is that cortisol is a steroid. Steroid is anti-inflammatory. So when your body inflames, it heals itself with cortisol. That's why people have heart attack. They have lots of deposits in the vessel, blood vessel, because the body is trying to heal itself. Okay. And the problem is that when you're under stress 24/7, the body actually develops resistance to cortisol. So you no longer have that natural uh, healing agent in your body because it's not effective anymore. And that's a problem with too much stress. Okay. All right. So now we're going to continue the next exercise. Again, this is all about learning how to feel your body because we're going to use it later when we do the metta, the loving kindness. Okay. Open that shoulder, relax that shoulder, focus on the right hand, bring up the right hand. Now the left hand, put that on your thigh, put that on your knee because you want to have some kind of anchor so don't lose balance. Now make a fist, focus on the center of the hand, get ready, up, come back down. Now when you throw it out, I want you to open the fingers, stretch out the elbow, and then bring out the shoulder like that. Okay, so the energy that goes out when it reaches the end, action equal to reaction, it comes right back. Newton's second law. Okay, all right. So what goes out is yin, what comes back is yang. Get ready, open the shoulder, get ready, go. One, come back, focus on the left hand, up, come back, sit up straight, down, feel your shoulders, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. One last time, up, up, down, down. I don't know if I told a story about my master, my Dharma master, who is also a martial art artist. He was actually in his time, he was basically a mixed martial artist, mixed martial art fighter. He actually fought for money before he became a monk. So anyway, we were in China. He was teaching the students, and I, being his attendant, I sat in. I was in the back of the students, and he was doing this. And then all of a sudden he stopped and says, "Look, that's not that's not throwing arm. You're throwing arm like a girl." I don't mean to be sexist, but that's what he says. You're throwing like a girl. And he said, "This is how you throw arm. Go boom, like this." And I was standing in the back, and the wind go. I can't do that. All right. Okay. So continue. Open that shoulder. Bring up your two hands. Follow both of them. Feel your body. Go one. Feel how the vibration is coming back to your shoulder. Two, three, four, and five. All right. Now we're going to continue to learn how to feel. Okay. Now the difference between feel, what's feel? Okay. Now in the West, we often think that our intelligence system is just the brain. That's what we think, which is not true. Brain is a big part of it, but it's actually the central intelligence and intelligence system start with the spine. It's actually the entire spine and then up to the brain. Every nerve ending ends in the spine. So that's what I mean by feeling. Feeling is just that. And then once it collects all the data, then it goes to the top, and then you start to make judgment about that feeling. Okay. And we don't want that. We want to separate that. We want to just feel it without judging. Feel it without judging. And that is what empathy means. That's what empathy means. We don't judge. We should learn not to judge. Just listen, understand each other's feeling, and just let it go. Okay. Don't judge. Don't think that, oh, this is not how you do it. There's a difference between empathy and compassion. Compassion is when you want to help, when you want to change something. Okay. It, em- Empathy is taking a step back and just listen, just feel the other person without judging him or her. Okay. All right. So we're going to learn how to do that, how to feel without judging. And so we start with our sitting posture. And again, the sitting posture is very important because it's a tool that we use to manage our cortisol. All right. Because what we want to do is we want to entice and guide the body into the rest and digest. So we separate the body into 7 parts. First are the legs. Okay. If you sit like the bell, so this is the like the pedestal to the bell, and you can sit anywhere you want, or you can even sit on the chair. But make sure that you're trying to rest your body onto a surface. Okay, you're not lifting up your legs. So if you can't touch your sitting mat like I do, make sure you put some pillows and blankets so you're not lifting it up, because lifting up means that you're using the muscle. Muscle is a fire element. We don't want that right now. Okay. The second part are just your hands. Relax your hand. Put that on your knee, on your thigh. If you want to do mudra, just rest it. Don't lift it up. Again, you don't want to use muscle. The third one is the most important. Now let's focus on the lower back. Stretch your spine. And then now we want to lean forward. Okay, hold it. And then now we slowly lean back. As you lean back, feel your lower back. Okay, now rotate, keep the hip forward. Okay, and as you lean back the upper torso, you feel a little bit of stress right here. And the here's the belly button. There's an energy point right behind that. And then on the left and the right is another energy point, which is where the adrenal glands are. And so as you lean back, rotating your hip forward, you're putting a little bit of stress on the adrenal gland, telling your body that I don't need that stress hormone right now. I'm not being chased by a lion. And you keep leaning back until you feel like you're just going to fall over. And that turned out to be just the right part. Okay, now I want you to focus on the low back and move up towards your head, top of the head. As you move up, stretch your spine as if you're hanging your spine on the ceiling. Keep stretching, stretching, stretching. And then once you hook your spine onto the ceiling, just relax. Okay, you sit like the bell, so your spine is like the little clapper inside the bell. The next part is your shoulder. I want you to open the shoulder. There are 2 energy points here. So we were talking about on the circle whether it's L1 or L2. I have to look it up, okay? But I know what I know. This one is called. I think it's L2. This one is called, we call the gate to the cloud. So we open that shoulder, relax that shoulder. So two energy point here, two energy point here. Open this one, relax that one, and now we come back. Notice that your head is probably not on top of your spine. So what we want to do, and when it's not on top of your spine, you're using muscle again. So I want you to feel the back of your neck, and then now move the forehead back until you feel that you're almost touching your collar and your ears on top of your shoulder. The weight of your head now is, which is like 20% of your body weight. It's very heavy. And you're putting that like a bowling ball on top of the stick. Okay. Now, the only thing about this now is that the energy point on the very top of the head is now facing back. So what you want to do is you want to tuck in your chin a little bit. So the very top of your head is called the, the 100 meat is facing. Okay, now this is what we call the one pillar supporting the sky. This is very important. You're putting stress on the adrenal gland. You're putting stress on the two artery right here, which is the one that senses the amount of oxygen that's going into your brain. And if you have high blood pressure, it means that you don't have enough oxygen. Okay, so you're putting a little bit of pressure like this. Now then you have the fifth and the sixth. I mean the sixth and the seventh. The sixth is your eye. Relax your forehead. Imagine you have these wrinkles on your forehead, right? The indication of stress. Just relax that. Now focus on the center between your eyebrow. That's when you have these vertical lines. That's also stress. Relax that. Now focus on your eyelid. I want you to just relax your eyelid. Relax your eyelid. And you can actually see a little bit of light coming through the eyelashes now. And that's what you want. And then finally is your mouth. I want you to check the inside your mouth. Ask yourself, is my mouth dry? Is it dry to a point of being bitter? Oh, that's bad. That means that I have been stressed out so much that my saliva glands has been turned off. That's not, you don't want that. So what you want to do is first you want to relax your jaw, and then now you want to put the tip of the tongue behind here. This is the energy point right here between your nose, bottom of your nose, and upper part of your lip. This is actually the two energy line where they meet together. The yang energy line called the governing, and the yin energy line um, I believe it's called gestation, or maybe it's the other one. Anyway, so you want to put the tip of the tongue right behind that, which would be where the teeth meets the roof of your mouth. Close your mouth, and now you should feel some slivers in your mouth. Okay. And the one last thing is that back to the state of mind again. It's very important that at this point that you come back to your body, be grateful to your body, and be a very, very grateful and appreciate of your body, and accept your body as what it is. Okay, I know many of you talk about how you can't do this and you cannot do that. Accept it as what it is. And when you do that, when you have both gratitude and acceptance, I want you to bring that happy, that smile, that sense of gratitude onto your face by lifting up your corner of your mouth, having that nice little smile on you. Now, once you know how to sit properly, I want you to focus on your breath again. The first step is just to know you're breathing. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Now, the next step, we go from knowing to anchoring. We're going to anchor our mind onto our belly button. As soon as we know that we're breathing in, we move forward. It's just your mind. It's as if you're bringing your belly button all the way across the room, just your mind. And when you know that you're breathing out, you take that belly button and you take it all the way back to the back of your spine, just your mind. Breathe in, forward. Breathe out, backward. And magically, the stomach follows. And when you go forward, the stomach expands because the diaphragm is being pushed down. You're breathing in air. And when breathe out, you're collapsing your stomach, pushing up the diaphragm. You're actually increasing, you're doing two things at once. You're increasing your lung capacity and you're massaging your internal organs. The Chinese believe that the lower stomach, the element, is where all your qi is stored, or your energy, life energy is stored. So this is actually a very good exercise. Just move forward and move back. Okay, we're gonna sit like this for 5 minutes and focus on the breathing. Observe your body. Feel your body as you breathe out. Feel your body as you breathe in. You're totally in rest and digest now, teaching your body a new trick, something that your body has forgotten, or you have forgotten, which is how to rest and digest, how to turn off the cortisol, how to manage the cortisol. Breathe in, focus on your body, feel how your body changes, very subtle changes as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Now, the Chinese believe that this exercise actually is the one that cultivates your qi, the qi that you were born with. And this is a big part of the longevity practice of the Taoist priests, okay? Just focusing on your stomach. Now we got a little bit more than 3 minutes left, so I want to switch a little bit. And now I want you to focus on the lower back. As you breathe in, move all the way to the top of the head. As you breathe out, start from the forehead and comes all the way down, back to your belly button. When you breathe in, move from the lower back to the top of the head. Bring your body with you. Stretch your spine, open that shoulder, lean back the forehead, tuck in your chin. As you come down from the forehead, check your eyelid, check your your tongue, and then lean back up the torso, and then come back to the belly button. This is called the microcosmic orbit. It's another longevity practice by the Taoist priest, for thousands of years. And this is circulating the energy within you, bringing the yang energy, all the way to the top of the head, and then returning with the yin energy coming all the way to your belly button. Now open your eyes. So I'm going to be, let me talk about reverse aging a little bit. So it's micro as in micro and macro, cosmic as in cosmology, and orbit, which is correct. Orbit is just like microcosmic orbit is a astronomer term, the Chinese astronomer astrology term for the moon circling around the sun. Okay, and then the macrocosmic orbit is when the sun circles around when the Earth circles around the sun. The Chinese know all about that 4,000 years ago, 4 or 5,000 years ago. It took Galileo, you know, much later to discover that. But in any case, so let's ask these questions again. Please do me a favor. Let's ask these questions again in a circle, and I do my very best to answer them. So let's come back to reverse aging again. What if when we talk about reverse aging is living um, in our golden years with the vitality and the robustness and and the health that we used to have back in when we were younger. What if that is the normal state? What if that is the normal state? That's the way we should be, and it's just that we lost the art of aging. What if that were the case? So the question is, how do you lose the art of aging? How does it work? Well, then you have to understand that your existence is not just this body. What's aging is this body, right? And when you're aging prematurely is that you don't actually understand your existence and you focus only on this body as opposed to the entire spectrum of existence. So in the past, I talked about how the North Indians think about our existence, and they separate into 5 different parts, like the Russian Tao, one on top of each other. The very outer part is this body that they call the food body. This is just the food that you consume. When you die, it's gone. It's going back. You're just borrowing, right? You're borrowing food from the earth, and that becomes your body. And when you die, you return it. Okay, that's like loaning a book from the library, except that there's no way not to return. Okay, you can't keep this. So this is the most outer part. This is what the Western scientists focus on. That's why their entire medical science is based on a cadaver. It's a dead body, and that's it, right? Now, inside of that is perhaps the intelligence part. And it's not just the brain, like I mentioned, it's the entire spiral cord to the brain. It's about the feeling and then also about the judgment part. Okay, so it's 2 different things. Again, when you die, it's gone. It's gone. And then the center part is the energy part. And it's not the energy that is generated by the food body, but more like the energy from the universe that's passing through you. Okay, so the Chinese took that concept, a very complicated concept, when they talk about the 72,000 nadi, and just digest it and make it into simple. And they talk about the 12 meridians, and each one of them active to 2 hours to make up to 24 hours. So energy comes in the body, goes back out, comes in again, goes back out, and eventually, according to the solar, right, 24 hours. So that's the energy body. And again, when a person dies, it's gone. Except that it only exists in a living body, not in a cadaver. So if your medical science is based on a cadaver, you will never accept that. You will never accept that there is chi. And then there's 2 more. In the very core would be like the sun. I talk about this. It would be like the sun. This is what we have. This is the bliss that we have. And that is the 4 immeasurables. So when I talk about spiritual practice, we really that we are trapped into this body, this food body, and we're trying to practice to emancipate ourselves from this food body and escaping the desire realm. So when we come back in the next life, reincarnated in the next life, we'll be in the what we call the Brahma realm, and that's what we are talking about, the 4 chambers of the Brahmins, right? The 4 immeasurables. And that's really what's trapped inside. It's like the sun covering with the cloud, can't get out. Okay. And metta practice is about getting that out. Let that shine through the black cloud. The black cloud is the one before the last. That's a karma. That's our trauma. That's our stress. That's everything. Everything that we do has a record. Everything that we do is electrical in nature, and electricity generates magnetism. Magnetism creates a record. So it's all there. It's all there. I talked about this tragic event a couple of weeks ago. Just happened to be very close to me because both of them are Asian. One was in Half Moon Bay, and one was in Monterey Park. One was 72 years old. One was 66, same age as I am. One took a semi-automatic, killed 11 people, wounded 9, and then went to the second dance hall trying to kill some more, overcome by a person. The one in Monterey Park, I think he shot 7, wounded another 10. And then he went to another farm and tried to do the same thing. There is not enough anger in you to do all that. No one has that much anger in them to be able to do that. It's much deeper. It's much deeper than that. Okay, it's a trauma that you accumulated over many lives, and we believe in that. And so that's why practicing the spiritual practice is so important. And so here we're going to do metta practice, is digging deep into our existence, something that's buried inside of us, covered by this anger, covered by this envy, covered by these all these negative emotions, right? So that's why the 4 things that you do to improve your quality of your life, longevity, or what I call reverse aging, the very important one is your state of mind. It's about understanding your existence, not just your body, but the entire existence, and tap into the most powerful source of energy that you have, which is positive energy, loving kindness, compassion, empathy, and equanimity, the 4 immeasurables. So we're going to do that now, tapping into a loving kindness. We're going to do this by both the body and the mind, okay? And this is what yuja means, yoga, okay? It's really bringing our body and the mind together. It's bringing the food body and then our bliss body. Now we're going to focus on our body. We're going to open that shoulder, and we're going to relax that shoulder. The 2 energy point here, this is translated from Chinese, called gate to the cloud. I believe is L2. And we're going to take a thumb, put it right here, roll up with 4 fingers, relax the body. Now we're going to focus on the elbow. We're going to bring up the elbow. As you bring up the elbow, you bring up the shoulder. Bring up your shoulder as if you're bringing your shoulder all the way to your ears. You feel like your spine is being stretched. And now we want to bring that elbow back. As you bring the elbow back, you open the shoulder as if you're squeezing a tennis ball in the back. And then now you bring your elbow down, relax. Now you bring your elbow forward. As you bring your elbow forward, you're hunching forward. Your shoulders are wrapping around your neck. You're looking down at the floor. Okay, the elbow is pointing forward. You're bending your back a little bit. This is the starting point. Now we're going to bring up an elbow. As you bring up your elbow, you actually bring up your head. You're looking ahead. And then now you open your elbow, and then you're looking at the ceiling, and then you bring down your elbow. You're looking ahead again, and then back to pointing forward, looking at the ceiling. Now we're going to coordinate that with a breath. As you bring up your elbow, I want you to breathe in. And then as you open your elbow, I want you to just relax. And then when you bring it down, I want you to breathe out. Now, it's very important that you maintain that space between your in-breath and your out-breath, and your out-breath and your in-breath. This is how you manage your cortisol. You let your body know that there is a part of you, there's a region where you just relax. Now bring it up, breathe in, open, and then breathe out. Now we're going to start this with our body, bringing the loving kindness to our body. So as you breathe in, I wanted you to be very grateful to this body. You know, your body has been with you all these years. It never complains. I want you to be very grateful as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, I want you to learn to accept your body as it is. Breathe in, open, breathe out. Completely focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Close your eye. Okay, don't look at me. Open your shoulder. Breathe out. Breathe in. Grateful to this body. Open the shoulder. Breathe out. Accept this body. I want you to chant with me. First, we're going to chant in English. This is a set of verses, and it's actually a mantra. Okay, and this is called the metta. Metta. So we're actually meditating in metta. As you bring up your elbow, I want you to say to yourself, may I be relieved of all negative energy and animosity. Again, bring up your elbow, breathe in, and say to yourself, may I be relieved of all mental suffering. And then breathe in, may I be relieved of all physical suffering. Bring it back down. And then one last verse, may I be protected with positive energy. Bring it back down. Okay, now you've done the very first part, which bringing loving kindness to yourself. This is like you put your oxygen mask on yourself first before you take care of someone else, right? This is the instruction. Now you're ready to bring that loving kindness to your family and your loved ones. Again, focus on your family and your loved ones. As you breathe in, may my family and my loved ones be free of animosity and negative energy. Give that love to them. Bring it back up. May my family and my loved ones be relieved of all mental suffering. May my family and my loved ones be relieved of all physical suffering. May my family and my loved ones be protected with positive energy. Okay, now we're ready to come back. Before we chant and give that same loving kindness to all beings in the world, we need to come back, remind ourselves of how grateful we are with this body, how grateful we are with our health, how grateful we are with our spouse, our parents, our offsprings, our siblings, how grateful we are with our friends and our colleagues, how grateful we are with the first responders, the police, the medical workers, how grateful we are with the workers who support our infrastructure, the people who work at the grocery store, the people who drive the truck. And then we learn to be accepting of any shortcomings of myself, shortcoming of a family, shortcoming of everyone else. Be accepting of their fault, their shortcoming. Now we're ready to chant, giving that loving kindness to all beings. Get ready. We can be chanting in Pali, the original language of the historical Buddha, bringing that blessing to all beings, which includes ourselves and our family and our loved ones. You ready? Go. Sabe Satan Avaya Sabe Satan Satan Sabi Sata Sabi Atmano Continue. Breathe in. Feel the positive energy that is coming to your body. Breathe out. Feel how you're releasing all your negative energy, all your anxiety, all your fear, all your anger, all your envy, all the negative energy. Breathe in, open the shoulder, and then breathe out. One last time. Breathe in, open the shoulder, and then breathe out. Now lower your hand, relax, focusing on your body, focusing on your breath. Now open the shoulder, sit up straight, put your hand on the left side of your head above your ear. Now feel your neck, pull your head towards the right and fight it with your neck. Okay, don't bend your neck, just fight it with your neck. Feel the stress on your neck, and then very gently relax and relieve yourself of all the stress. Put the hand on the right hand side, pull your head to the left. Again, the top of the head is pointing the sky. You're just fighting with your neck, and very gently relax. Put two hands in the back, sit up straight, bring your heads down so you're looking at the ceiling. The neck is like 45 degrees. Bring your head down and then fight it with your neck. Feel the stress, maintain that stress. Now turn it to the left, come back to the middle, and then turn it to the right, and then come back in the middle, and then turn it into the left, and come back in the middle, maintaining that stress, and then turn it to the right and come back in the middle. And now relax, sit up straight, use your right hand, put that on your shoulder, feel that piece of bone, and then below that there's a cavity, and just massage that a little bit, massage that a little bit. Take your left hand, do the same thing on the right hand side, massage that a little bit. Take your right hand, put that on your neck and massage your neck. And then use your left hand, massage right side of your head. Now sit up straight again, focus. Lean back your forehead without using any force. Rotate to the right, relax. Rotate forward, rotate to the left, rotate to the back, rotate to the right, rotate forward. Now counterclockwise, right, back, left, forward, right, back, left, forward, and relax. Okay, now we're not done yet. We're not done yet. We've got lots of work to really give loving kindness to our body. So as I age, as I see my parents age, as I see my father passed away, and also my in-laws, both my father-in-law and my mother-in-law passed away, I realized that the things that I most worry about right now is dementia. Okay, so I'm very much focused on that, making sure that I'm doing all the right things to improve the circulations into my brain, reduce inflammation in my brain. That's what dementia is. The second thing that I'm concerned about is cancer. That's also something that I'm worried about, and that actually turns out that if you bring loving kindness to yourself, okay, and you're doing the right exercise to improve your lung capacity, circulations, oxygens, and all that, that would help. And then finally is the heart attack. Well, I'm not too worried about that. And then diabetes, I am worried about that. So those are the four. All right, so first the brain. So it turns out that there's three energy points that are very important for the brain, improving the circulations in your brain. The two are behind your neck, and then the temple, and then the top of the head. So let's do that. Giving loving kindness to ourselves. We're going to learn to do some acupressure. Open that shoulder, relax that shoulder, sit up straight, put two hands in the back. Now, there's where your thumb is two cavities. That's called the pond of wind. Okay, wind is, as opposed to fire or earth or water, is something that you can feel but you cannot see or taste or smell. So that's the Chinese way of saying the nerve. Okay, now you put your thumb on top of that cavity, you sit up straight, and you just push in with your thumb, and you lean back your neck, and just maintain that pressure as if you're squeezing the water hose. Okay, relax. Now take the four fingers, the right hand, put that on the left cavity, press down with your four fingers. Again, push back your neck a little bit. And then you grab onto that piece of muscle that is running on the left hand side, and you just like pull it to the right as if you're opening that channel. And then now you do the same thing on the other side. Push down with your fingers and then pull it to the left as if you're opening up the channel. Okay, now you feel a little bit tingling on top of your head. This is a good time to massage your head. You take your fingers using not the nail, okay? Now you put that on your forehead, the thumb on the side, and you very gently massage. As you do that, you pay attention to your brain. The first part is responsible for all your thinking, then all your memory, and then all your motor functions. As you do that, pay special attention to your body and be very grateful and be very tolerant. Loving kindness to yourself one last time. And then now we're going to learn to tap the energy point. This energy point called 100 meat is just right above the ear. And then there's actually four more on the outside. So we sit up straight, the top of the head pointing the sky. The head is actually on top of the spine. And this is the entire central nerve system. Put that on top, 10 fingers. Now count 30 times, okay? Exercise your brain. Get ready, go. Okay, now massage one more. Again, loving kindness, very grateful, very accepting. Second time, third time. Okay, the body remembers, right? That's the name of the book. The body remembers. All the trauma is remember. It's part of your body. Okay, and you need to relieve that trauma. All right, so now this energy point, this energy line, those are 12, 6 from the hand, 6 from the toes, and there's two more. There's one that runs along the spine, and there's this one that runs down. All the yang energy is on top of the head, and then all the yang energy lines eventually come to your face. So now we want to massage your face, not only to help with the eyes and the nose and all that, but also to make sure that these yang energy lines are clear. So the very important energy points is right at the beginning of the eyebrow. So you take your index finger, you sit up straight, you put that on your eyebrow, and when you're good at it, you feel the cavity. So all you have to do is push down with your index finger. You feel that kind of a pain, numbness feeling, and then just relax. And then now use the two fingers and massage your eyebrow as if you're squeezing the toothpaste. Okay, now this actually is the energy point for this energy line that's named after the bladder. And it doesn't end there, it ends right here. Okay, it's right here. So now we want to use the thumb, and it's between your corner of your eye and the corner of your eyebrow right here. Okay, you feel it? Put some pressure. And then just put some pressure on that. This is called the bright eye. So this actually reduces the pressure in your eyeball. And now we want to do some eye yoga. So close your eye, rotate your eyeball upwards. So you're looking up, close your eye. Now rotate it to the right, rotate down, left, up, right, down, left, up, right, down, left, up. Okay, now go the other way. Left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up. Okay, as we go older, we have something called the lazy eye, in addition to everything else. Okay, so it's very important to exercise that muscle. Now, when we're done, we take a right thumb and we massage under eye bag. There's three more energy points here. Now we're actually moving from the energy line that we name after the bladder to the energy line that we name after the gallbladder. Okay, now when you're done here, take the index finger and put it right here, and then now use the same index finger, put it outside your nostril. This is called welcoming fragrance. So if you have problem with your sinus, this is a good thing to do. Now you take 2 fingers and you massage from the corner of your eye to the corner of your mouth. And then you take 4 fingers and you massage right here. This is actually a energy point associated with the large intestine, another very important yang energy. Okay, now we're going to learn how to massage our ears and our face. So first we're going to focus on the center of the palm. It's actually right here between your middle finger and your index finger. I want to put that together. Now you understand that this is not physical. This is not just rubbing 2 pieces of skin together. This is actually bringing your energy to this point. So I want you to focus on that and just do this, okay? Your hand is the healing hand, and focus on that. And then I'll bring that to your eye. Don't touch your eyeball, just creating a cavity, like what we call the empty hand. First time, not much feeling. The energy is infrared. Your eyes is, I'm not used to that. I haven't seen that in a long time. Now put it back, and you start to feel a little bit more. One last time. Put that on your eye. You know how when the mother breastfeeds the baby, there's actually exchange in enzyme. The baby is telling the mother what he or she needs, and the mother actually makes a new batch of milk to cater to that. That's what's happening here. Your eye is telling what you need, and you're healing yourself. Right? Magical. Now you take that, you put that on your temple, and you massage. And then you massage your face back to the top of the head. Again, 3-part. First is the thinking, then is the memory, then is your motor functions, and then the neck, and then back and massage. The reason I mentioned 3 is in people who suffer from dementia, that's what happens. First, they lose the ability to the cognitive function. Then they lose the memory, and then they lose the motor function. It just goes like this, okay? So you wanted to tell your body that I know, I'm here. Don't worry, okay? We're together on this. All right, so we want to learn how to massage your ear now, okay? Now separate your ear into 3 parts. Put your thumb in the upper part. Put the fingers in the back and massage. Put the thumb in the middle. Put the fingers in the back and massage. Now use your index finger, put it below at the very bottom. Put your thumb in the back and massage. And massage the tip. Pull it. Massage the edge. Pull it. Now use your hand, put that behind your ear. You're doing 3 things. You're stretching, you're massaging, and then you're popping. Get ready. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now, very important to massage your ear, your fingers, and your toes. We don't have enough time to do everything because I wanted to go back to the Yi Jing Jing practice, but at least we learn how to do that. Now, it turns out that every degree, if you don't keep up with the body temperature, every 1 degree decrease from 37 Celsius is like 20% reduction in your immunity. So it's very important to keep the circulations going. And the ears, the top of the head, the fingers, and the toes, those are very important. So let's work on the fingers, huh? Okay, now take your left hand, right hand, and then you use these 2 fingers like this is a pair of pliers, and you grab onto each finger and you pull on it as you massage the joint. Okay, as we get older, we're losing sensitivity in the hand because we're just losing circulation. That's all, okay? So you gotta make sure that you get good circulations into the extremities. Now, I want you to learn to massage the fingernails, the 2 sides of the fingernails like this. Okay, there's 2 energy points right here on each side of the fingernail. Over here, over here, over here, over here, over here. Now, this next exercise is very important for your brain and your heart, as it turns out. So you put your fingers together, sit up straight, focus on the tip of the fingers, and count 30 times. Get ready, go. Okay, Now we continue to do some finger exercise. Open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, pointing 10 fingers towards the camera. The 4 of them are the springs. The thumb is the trigger. You hold down the springs. You wind up the springs, but don't let it go. We let it all go all at once. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so this is very good for carpal tunnel. Carpal tunnel is inflammation. So this is very good for that. The next one is very good for frozen shoulder. Open the shoulder, relax, back to the gate of the claw again, forming the lotus hand, the thumb and the middle finger together. Put that on L2 or L1. I'll figure it out in a minute. And then now open the shoulder, get ready. Back of the hand facing the camera, right? Get ready. 1, back of the hand facing the camera. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now let's continue on the floor because we want to do Yi Jing Jing today. Okay, so first we're going to do some more joint exercise. Joint exercise is very good. So work on the knee. So use your hand, put that on your knee. Okay, and then just very gently, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now to the heel. Okay, now right foot forward, heels up. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Left foot, heels up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, the width of the feet should be the width of the shoulder, but you open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, lean back the forehead, tuck in the chin. So the top of the head, the 100 meters, is facing the sky. And now what we want to do is we want to stand on the toes. So first you're going to grab the carpet gently, but then focus on the top of the head. And as if you're pushing the top of the head to the ceiling, you stand on your toes and you keep focusing on the top of the head, okay? Otherwise you fall, okay? And now when you come down, you impact the heel. And the reason for that is that the back of the feet is the energy line, is the yang energy line, named after the bladder. And when you stand on your toes, you're actually exercising the kidney energy line. And then in reverse, I mean, when you're done, circulating the energy. So very, very good. This is very good. So people who have lower back problem is kidney deficiency. That's what we believe. And this is a very good exercise if you have lower back problem. Let's try it again. Open the shoulder, focus on the top of the head. Stand on your toes by pushing the head upward. And then impact the heel, relax. One last time, stand on your toes. Now, most of you are going to fall because you're not focusing on your toe, on the top of the head, and relax. When you focus on your top of the head, nothing happens. Okay, now we're going to stand on the left, and this time it's very important that you focus on the top of the head, especially after you kick. As soon as you kick, you come back to the top of the head. Stand on your left, lift up your right, kick 3 times. 1, back to the top of the head. 2, back to the top of the head. 3. Okay, now the other side. Lift up your left. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to teach you the hip exercise. Okay, it's very important to loosen up the hip. Modern people, their hips is very stiff. Okay, and when your hip is very stiff, you fall. And as you get old, you don't want to fall. So this is how we do it. This is a very good exercise. So right foot forward, left foot back. Okay, now you put your hands together. Okay, now, and you lean back. When you lean back, this part becomes a straight line from the heel to the knee to the hip to the shoulder. It's a straight line. Okay, and then now you turn, twist around this straight line, turning the hip, and then now you move forward and then relax, looking straight ahead. Second time, lean back, forming that straight line, move, twist along that axis, feel your hip, and then back and relax. One last time, twist and relax. Okay, this is actually an exercise from my master who practiced Tai Chi. And so when you do Tai Chi, the hip is a very important part. This is how you lose your hip. Okay, now to the left, bring back, forming that straight line again from the heel to the knee, to the hip, to the shoulder. And then turn around, rotate along that axis, and then bring it to a forward, and then relax. Second time, twist, forward, and relax. One last time, twist, forward, and relax. Okay? All right, so we're ready to do Yi Jing Jing. Okay, now I'm sure you're going to ask me, what is Yi Jing Jing? Don't ask me here, ask in the circle, okay? And I'll explain. Yi Jing Jing is amazing exercise. It's actually handed down by Bodhidharma in before Tang Dynasty, so it's 1600 years ago. He was a North Indian yogi and brought meditation to China, and then brought this exercise. So this is not exercise for the body. This is exercise for the body and the mind. This is actually a very good exercise to learn to manage your cortisol, and I'll explain that. So first thing we're going to do has 14 parts, okay? We're going to form with the feet about the width of your shoulder. Open that shoulder, relax that shoulder. Now we're going to turn the toes so that the toes are pointing inward, like this. Then we're going to loosen up the knee. You don't have to drop it all the way down. Just don't lock your knee. The reason you don't lock your knee is that it's the opposite of sitting. When we sit, I ask you not to lift up your leg because I don't want you to use your muscle. Here, I want you to use your muscle. I want you to use your calf and your thigh, because this is the gallbladder. This is the bladder energy. Okay. Now you twist your leg like this. You loosen it. Okay. Now you open your shoulder. Okay. The first one is called the spirit boosting palm. This is for the spiral cord. Okay. Now you lift up your hand. You put your palm right around the hip. You open you fold up your hand like this, 90 degrees. Now you push with your hand, but it's not your body, it's your mind. So when I say go, you first look at your center of your palm. You bring your mind to the center of your palm. Wherever the eye goes, the mind goes, right? So the mind is now at the center of your palm. And then you push together with your mind. Okay? Get ready. Spirit boosting palm. Go. Now you feel the vibration going up all the way to the top of your head. But it's very important that when we finish one step, we come back to the restorative. We focus on the breathing, one breath, two breath, and we also check our mouth to see if it's dry. If it's dry, you put the tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth. And this is going from the fight or flight back to the rest and digest by just resting, focusing on your breathing. Okay, this is how you restore the balance between your yin and yang. This is how you manage your cortisol. Get ready. Second time. Go. And relax. And relax. Okay. That's what happens when you talk so much. And relax. Focus on your breath. Don't lower your hand. Just leave it here. And focus on your breathing. Two breaths. And then the third time, spirit boosting palm. Focus on the center of your palm. Mind, body together. Go. And relax. This is very good for your brain, sending shock waves through your spine all the way top to the brain. The second one is called pointing the Wan Tail. Wan Tail is the name of the energy point right here. So pointing means that it's the same word that we use for the thumb. So focus on your thumb. Point the thumb to your hip like this. Not here, here. Okay, forming that the circle, but you don't need to touch it. Just point it. Now what we want to do is we want to roll up the four fingers. And then we want to lift up the thumb as if you're lifting 2 buckets of water. It's very heavy, so you take a lot of strength to lift it up. And then relax. Now, what this does is that they exercise the large intestine. This is all yang energy, okay? And then now you come back to the restorative. Focus on the breathing. And then second time, lift up those 2 buckets of water and then relax. Lift up one last time and then relax. Lower your hand. Now, people will ask me, is this Qigong? It's the mother of all Qigong. Now, the third one is called beginner's mind. It's the baby's mind. It's how baby hold their thumbs to create the energy field in them as when they're inside the mother's womb. You take your thumb, you put that in the center of the palm right below the ring finger. You roll up the fingers and you squeeze the thumb, bending the thumb back inward. Get ready? Go. And relax. Second time. Bend the thumb inward. Again, this is the yang energy line that we name after the bladder, the large intestine, sorry. Relax. Third time, put the thumb in the middle. Squeeze the thumb. And then relax. Lower your hand. Completely relax. It's very, very important that we relax. This is how we manage your cortisol. Entice your body back into the rest and digest. The next one, put the thumbs together, okay, and pointing the nose. This is what it's called. So we take the thumb, we take the fist, and we bring it from the lower dantian to the upper dantian, okay, and we take a deep breath, but you do it in such a way that you don't stop in the middle. And also, as you breathe in, you raise your body, right? Because you're trying to increase your lung capacity by raising your body, pushing down the diaphragm. Get ready? Breathe in. And relax. Now we continue by bringing in an elbow. Focus on the back now. You know how when you see the professional athletes, they have these marks in the back because they're using this technique called the suction cup. So imagine that you have all these suction cups in the back, and you squeeze your back as if you're popping all those suction cups. Pop, 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 and relax. Second time, put your elbows together, focus on your back, and squeeze your back and relax. This is very good for all your internals, okay? There's so many energy points in the back. And last time, squeeze the back and relax. Now, the next one is actually very good for your cardio, and I'll explain that in a minute. And it's a very simple exercise. You open your shoulder, you lift up your fists so it's above the head, you open the fingers. The trick is how do you roll your fists in a way that you're actually pushing in these two energy points in your palm that has to do with your heart and your pericardium. So the way you do that is you fold up one joint, you fold up another joint. So now your finger is actually on top of your palm and you lock it with your fist, you open your shoulder and you squeeze. And then open the hands again, relax, focus on our breathing. Okay, now open the shoulder, roll your fist, and you squeeze. And you relax. One last time, and you squeeze, and you relax. Okay, this is a cardio exercise. You don't need a machine to do this. All you have to do is learn how to squeeze your fist. Now, the next one is actually very important. It's back to the wind of the palm again, these two energy points. You will feel tightness in the back of the neck because you're actually allowing the energy to flow to the top of your head. So this is very good for your brain. So the way you do that is it's called stabbing the shoulder. So you open the shoulder, and then it's like you're grabbing a dagger and you stab your shoulder with this dagger. So it has to be vertical. And when you do that, you feel the tightness in the back of your neck. Okay, now get ready. Open the shoulder, grab the dagger, and stab. And then relax. Second time, open the shoulder, grab the dagger, stab, and then relax. One last time, open, you have to open the shoulder, okay? Open the shoulder, grab the dagger, and stab, and then relax. The next one, okay, is called the cross. Now, the thing is that we're not punching, so don't try to punch. Instead, what we're stretching, and we're stretching the upper part of the arm, which is called the triple warmer. This is actually very important for all your hormone. Okay. Now the way we do that is make a cross, then we rotate the wrist, and then we roll a fist, take a deep breath, and we push, and then relax. Second time. So in Chinese, it's called bang, means avalanche. It's like you're pushing the mountain to cause an avalanche. Push, and then relax. Third time, one last time. And bang, and relax. And then front hanging, same thing, but in the front now. Lock your elbow. Again, rotate your wrists. Form your fist, take a deep breath, and push as if you're pushing a wall, and then relax. Second time. And push, and then relax. And then one last time. Push, and then relax. Okay, next one is rising up. It's like doing a pull-up. This is where you use a muscle now. You don't use it, you lose it, okay? Now grab the handle, look up, and pull yourself up, and then relax. Okay, second time, look up, pull yourself up, using all your muscle, and then relax. One last time, look up, pull yourself up, and then relax. The next one, same thing. I call this ripping the phone book. If you don't know what a phone book is, you're in the wrong class. You're too young for this. I'm kidding. So imagine you have a yellow page, right? Those of you know what a phone book looks like, that yellow page, grab both sides and just rip the sucker apart using all your strength, and then relax. Very important that you go from the fight or flight back to the rest and digest. Very important. Restoring your cortisol sensitivity, okay? Second time, open and relax. One last time, rip and then relax. See, this is how the Chinese believe in health. They let the body heal. So by restoring the sensitivity to cortisol, by maintaining the yin yang harmony, the body heals itself. Okay, all your inflammation goes away because the cortisol is effective again, right? All right. Now the next one is called swallowing. Now that's why you need to, between the step, you need to relax, pay attention to your mouth, because now you need to swallow the saliva, collect all the salivas in the mouth, and then swallow all the way to the dantian. Get ready? Swallow. Okay, now relax. Back to your goat stand. We call this the goat stand. Relax your knee. Very important you do that, okay? Now, go down, looking at the floor, back of the hand touching, maintaining the goat stand, And then squeeze 3 times. 1, 2, relax in between, 3. And here comes the magic. Focus on the palm, maintaining your ghost stand. Breathe in, forming the empty hand. Breathe out. Breathe in again, lifting up body, so lift up like this. Rotate your palm so it's facing forward. Lower your knee and body and mind together, and you push. And then stand up. Imagine you have the universe in front of you. Take a deep breath, swallowing the universe. And then relax. Focus on your body. Let your body and your mind relax. And back to the sitting position. We're going to sit for 5 minutes. We're going to go back to the microcosmic orbit, but this time we're going to take it to the next level. Okay, so back to the posture again. The name of the posture when you sit properly is called a one pillar supporting the sky, forming yourself as the center of the universe. Back to the first part of the legs, second part of the hands, third part is the spine. Pull your spine up, relax. Then it's the shoulder, open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. Then it's the forehead and the chin. Then it's the eye and the tip of the tongue. So this is called one pillar supporting the sky. Now we're going to focus on our breathing. When we breathe in, we move forward, focusing on the belly button. When we breathe out, we move backward. We feel the air coming in through our nostril. We feel the air going out. This is called exchanging the cloud with the fog. Energy coming in, energy going out. Now we go to the third part, which is called the microcosmic orbit, focusing on the lower back. As we breathe in, we move to the top of the head, taking the body with you. Stretch your spine, open the shoulder, lean back the forehead, tuck in the chin. As we breathe out, we start at the forehead, we come down, we relax the eyelid, maintaining the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and lean back the upper torso. Okay, now let's just sit for 2 minutes like that. Then we sit the remaining 3 minutes by taking this to the next level. Okay, shall we? Now we're going to sit another 3 minutes by bringing this to the next level. As we go up the spine, this is like a dragon walking on a spine. The breath is the pearl, so we say the pearl is chasing, the dragon is chasing the pearl. And then as we breathe out, the pearl is coming down from our forehead back to our belly button, and the dragon is chasing the pearl again. Except that it's called a wandering dragon chasing the pearl, means that we cannot harness the dragon. The dragon needs to be free. So what does that mean? As we go up, imagine there's a cloud on top of the head, and when the dragon gets to the top of the head, it likes to hide in the dragon. This is where you relax. And you just wait for the breath, wait for the out breath. You wait for the out breath. You don't make it happen, you just wait for it. And as soon as you breathe out, the dragon comes out from the cloud, chase the pearl. And now it's back to the belly button. This is like the cave where the dragon likes to hang out. And the dragon is back into the cave, hibernating, resting, whatever a dragon does. And then you just wait. And then in breath again, dragon comes out, back to the cloud, wait, and then out breath, come down, right? So this is where you need to relax and just let the body breathe on its own. Relax. 3 minutes. Okay, open your eyes. So after we meditate, it's customary that we massage ourselves, wake up this body, okay? Massage the face, the top of the head, the back of the head, the neck, the ear, and just wake up this body. Your body has a way of It's not that it's sleeping, it's just that it detaches itself from the sensory and you need to bring it back. All right. Now, again, today's word is reverse aging, as if you're just slowing down your aging, all right? Or actually getting back to the way aging should be without all the other contaminants. Four things. State of mind is very important. State of mind is very important, right? So we're building a bridge towards enlightenment. That bridge is called the four immeasurables: loving kindness, compassion, empathy, and equanimity. The stepping stone to that bridge is being grateful and being very tolerant. That's the stepping stone. You got to start with that. And that state of mind is the key to reverse aging. Second one is managing your cortisol, understanding the fight or flight, the sympathetic versus the rest and digest, and the parasympathetic. The parasympathetic is a lost art. So this is something you have to practice. The fight or flight has no off button, it only has an on button, so you need to bring it back. It's like that air conditioning and the heating. It's, you just have to have both. So here we do a lot of that. Okay, do a lot of that using our body, using our breath, using all of that. It's all about managing your cortisol, maintaining that yin yang balance. The third one is exercise. Okay, so the exercise that we do all through the hour and a half, including the I Ching Ching. Next week, we do the breathing exercise. The three key components of the exercise is improving your lung and your heart, what we call cardio, doing some stretching, improving your flexibility, and then finally, most important is making sure that you don't lose muscle, right? Very important. And then those are the three. And then the fourth one is what you eat, how you live. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in the future. All right. So thank you so much, and I'll see you all next week. Thank you for all the donation. It would all go to MABA, the Mid America Buddhist Association. Okay. So I see you all next week. Keep up the practice. Follow the recording. Join the circle. Ask the question. There's a whole bunch of very good questions. I don't have time. I couldn't possibly answer them in real time. So just ask them again, and I'll do my very best. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.